In the glittering world of Hollywood, where stars shine brightly and dreams come to life, there are tales that pierce through the glamour, revealing the darkness that lurks beneath the surface. Today, we delve into the tragic story of a once vibrant celebrity whose light was extinguished in a shocking and brutal manner. Join us as we uncover the mystery surrounding the untimely demise of a beloved icon whose final moments were shrouded in darkness and betrayal. Welcome to another episode of Crime Scene Archives, where we explore the chilling depths of true crime and the enigmatic world of celebrity intrigue. Warning: this video contains graphic content related to crime scenes. It is intended for educational purposes only. Viewer discretion is advised. Hogan's Heroes was a popular American sitcom broadcasted on CBS from 1965 to 1971. Set in a German prisoner of war camp during World War II, the show follows the antics of a group of prisoners led by U.S. Air Force Colonel Robert Hogan. Their adventures involve outsmarting their bumbling captors and aiding the Allied war effort behind enemy lines. Notable for its lighthearted portrayal of life in a wartime prison camp, the series featured well-known actors like future Family Feud host Richard Dawson and two-time Emmy Award winner Warner Klemperer. Bob Crane, a youthful-looking native of Connecticut, anchored the show as the title character throughout its six-season run. Crane's interest in entertainment began in childhood, where he learned to play drums and organized events in high school. He married Anne Turgeon in 1949, and they had 3 children. Crane's career took off when he became a popular disc jockey at a New York radio station in 1950. He later moved to California to host his own show on KNX, which catapulted him to television appearances on programs like Alfred Hitchcock Presents and The Twilight Zone. After successful guest appearances, Crane became a regular on shows like The Dick Van Dyke Show and The Donna Reed Show. By 1964, he transitioned to acting full-time and landed the lead role in Hogan's Heroes, a character that perfectly suited his comedic talents. Despite his professional success, Crane struggled with a dark secret. He was a sex addict. He frequently engaged in extramarital affairs and recorded his encounters on video, a hobby he shared with his friend John Carpenter, a Sony Electronics sales manager. Together, Crane and Carpenter frequented bars, where Crane used his celebrity status to attract women. Understandably, his lifestyle began to take a toll on his marriage, especially when he initiated a romantic affair with his Hogan's Heroes co-star Sigrid Valdez. This led to his divorce from Anne in 1970, after which Bob and Sigrid quickly married on the set of the show, with Richard Dawson serving as Bob's best man. Despite the show's enduring popularity, it was cancelled in 1971 after its 6th season. Bob anticipated a smooth transition in his career, having risen from a disc jockey to a leading actor in a comedy series within a decade. In the same year as his divorce, Bob and Sigrid welcomed their son, Scotty, and later adopted a daughter. While Sigrid seemed to reluctantly tolerate Bob's extramarital activities, his addiction to sex and recording his encounters was consuming him. In his post-Hogan's Heroes career, Bob struggled to find substantial roles, making sporadic television appearances and starring in poorly received films. He supplemented his income by performing in dinner theaters across the country, a job he enjoyed despite its perceived downgrade from his previous success. Bob's addiction encroached on his professional life, with reports of him openly sharing explicit photos on the set of the Disney film Superdad in 1973. This behavior alarmed executives and damaged his future prospects with the company. Despite signing a multi-film contract, Bob was never offered a leading role by Disney again. Work became scarce, leading him to rely on dinner theater gigs. In 1975, NBC offered him a starring role in The Bob Crane Show, which failed to gain traction and was cancelled after just 13 episodes. Meanwhile, his marriage to Sigrid became strained, leading to their separation in 1977. Bob continued to make guest appearances on television and perform in theater productions to sustain his income. Tragically, Bob's life came to a sudden end on June 29, 1978, while he was staying in Scottsdale, Arizona, performing in a play called Beginner's Luck. When he failed to show up for work, one of his co-stars went to his apartment and discovered a horrific scene in his bedroom. At 49 years old, Crane was found lying on his bed, having been beaten to death with an electrical cord tied around his neck. At the time of his death, the Scottsdale police lacked a homicide division, and Bob's murder was one of only 3 homicides in the entire district that year. As news of the television star's death spread, the complexity of the case quickly overwhelmed the local authorities. Several procedural errors occurred, including allowing Bob's family to remove items from the scene before the investigation was complete. The police discovered Crane's extensive collection of videotapes and photographs, which led them to John Carpenter, a friend who had recently visited Phoenix. Carpenter, being one of the last people to see Bob alive, became a prime suspect, especially when trace evidence of blood and tissue matching Bob's blood type was found in a rental car Carpenter had used. Despite circumstantial evidence, prosecutors declined to file charges, and wild rumors circulated in the media about Bob's sexual activities. Many, including Bob's family, believed Carpenter was guilty, citing Bob's intention to end their friendship due to Carpenter's increasingly bothersome behavior. In 1992, murder charges were finally filed against Carpenter, but the trial didn't go well for the prosecution. Carpenter's defense attacked the police's incompetence and presented witnesses who disputed claims of a strained friendship between Bob and Carpenter. The defense also suggested alternative suspects, including angry lovers or acquaintances of Bob. Carpenter maintained his innocence throughout the trial and was acquitted due to lack of concrete physical evidence. He lived quietly until his death in 1998. Despite the acquittal, speculation continued, with Bob's children expressing their belief in Carpenter's guilt and even implicating Bob's second wife, Sigrid, as a potential suspect. In 2015, Bob's son, Robert, published a book titled Crane, Sex, Celebrity, and My Father's Unsolved Murder, delving into the case and his own theories surrounding it. The case remains unsolved, continuing to captivate public interest decades later. His other son, Scotty, who was also an aspiring actor, took a very unconventional approach to handling the public scrutiny around the case. In 2001, he launched a website that offered users access to some of his father's explicit pictures and videos for a fee. This move was heavily criticized by Bob's other children, including his half-brother Robert, who condemned it as a callous attempt to profit from their father's tarnished image. Scotty defended his decision, claiming that he released the materials to counteract the rumors swirling in the media about his father's personal life. However, after a few years, the website was restructured into a more traditional memorial for his father and is now defunct. In 2002, a film titled Out of Focus was released, featuring Greg Kinnear as Bob Crane and Willem Dafoe as John Carpenter. While the film hinted at Carpenter's involvement in Bob's death, it stopped short of directly accusing him. Despite receiving critical acclaim, Bob's children criticized the film for sensationalizing the case. In a last attempt to uncover the truth, the Scottsdale police conducted DNA testing on the remaining blood samples from Carpenter's rental car in 2015. The results were surprising. The blood did not match Bob Crane's DNA. Instead, it contained DNA from 2 individuals, one unidentified male and another too degraded for analysis. With this final forensic evidence inconclusive, the likelihood of resolving the case dwindled further, a fact acknowledged by Bob's surviving children. As we wrap up this video, we delve into the perplexing case of Bob Crane's unsolved murder a tragic tale that continues to intrigue and captivate audiences worldwide. Despite decades of speculation and investigation, the truth behind his death remains elusive, leaving behind a legacy of unanswered questions and shattered lives. If you're fascinated by mysteries and true crime, be sure to check out our previous video on the infamous Black Dahlia case, a haunting murder mystery involving the aspiring actress Elizabeth Short, whose brutal death in 1947 still haunts Hollywood to this day. Stay tuned for more compelling stories, intriguing mysteries, and thought-provoking discussions on our channel. Don't forget to subscribe to Crime Scene Archives and hit the notification bell to stay updated on our latest uploads. Until next time, remember to stay curious and keep exploring the world of true crime and beyond.